1995 US nickel. Why you must check your change for this $500 error. Welcome back, treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into the modern era of US coinage to look at a coin that most people consider absolutely worthless. The 1995 Jefferson Nickel. It's true, 99.9% of these coins are just worth 5 cents. They are one of the most common coins in circulation. But what if I told you that 1995 was a landmark year for some of the most dramatic and valuable modern coin errors? While the famous 1995 double die cent is a known jackpot, which we'll cover quickly, the 1995 nickel has its own family of highly desirable mint mistakes that can put hundreds of dollars in your pocket. I'm going to show you exactly where to look, what to look for, and the values that will motivate you to check every single 1995 nickel you find. Let's get started. First, let's cover the basics. The 1995 nickel is a classic Jefferson nickel, struck in the standard 75% copper and 25% nickel composition. The obverse heads features the portrait of the third U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson, facing left. This design, created by Felix Schlag, has been in use since 1938. The inscriptions are, "In God we trust, liberty," and the year, 1995. The reverse tails features Jefferson's historic home, Monticello, along with the motto, E pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Mintage and value, Philadelphia. P-Mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 1.1 billion circulation nickels in 1995. Denver, D-Mint mark. The Denver Mint produced nearly 936 million nickels. San Francisco, S-Mint mark produced 4.6 million proof nickels for collector sets. Because of these massive mintages, a standard 1995 nickel you find in circulation is only worth face value, or maybe 10 to 20 cents in slightly worn condition to a bulk buyer. Even an uncirculated MS-60 grade coin from the P or D Mint is only worth $1 or $2. So, why are we here? Because of the mint errors. The true value in 1995 nickels lies in the unique mistakes made by the U.S. mint presses. In the 1990s, quality control was sometimes lacking, leading to some spectacular finds. Error Type 1. The off-center strike. This is one of the more common but highly collectible modern errors. It happens when the blank coin planchet isn't perfectly centered when it gets struck by the dies. What to look for? The design, Jefferson's portrait or Monticello, will be clearly shifted off-center. A portion of the coin will be completely blank, showing only the smooth surface of the planchet. The value key: the more off-center it is, the more valuable. An extreme 40% to 50% off-center 1995 nickel can easily sell for $100 to over $500, depending on its grade and how much of the date is visible. A slight off-center strike might only be worth $5 or $10. Error Type 2. The double struck error. This error occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the die before it can be ejected from the press. What to look for? The coin will show a double image of the lettering, Liberty, or Monticello, or the design, often slightly shifted or rotated. Unlike a doubled die, this doubling is in the field of the coin, caused by the planchet shifting between strikes. The value: a dramatic, multi-struck 1995 nickel, especially one that's struck 2 or even 3 times and clearly visible, can fetch $200 to well over $1,000, making it a true collector's prize. Error Type 3. Struck on the wrong planchet. The ultimate jackpot. A 1995 nickel design struck onto a planchet meant for a different coin. This happens when a blank from the penny, dime, or quarter production lines accidentally gets mixed in with the nickel planchets. What to look for? The coin will have the correct Jefferson nickel design and date but will be the wrong size, weight, or composition. Struck on a dime planchet, it will be smaller and thinner, with the edges of the design missing. Dimes are 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel. A certified 1995 nickel on a dime planchet could be worth $500 plus. Struck on a cent planchet, it will be copper-colored and made of copper-plated zinc. This is a highly desirable and rare error. Now, I need to briefly mention the other famous 1995 error, because it often confuses collectors looking for the nickel. The year 1995 is most famously associated with the 1995 double-die Obverse Lincoln cent. Why it matters. This penny has spectacular, visible doubling in the word, liberty, and in God we trust. It was one of the last major double-die varieties before the mint switched to single-squeeze hubbing technology. Value: a high-grade 1995 double-die cent can sell for $50 to over $200. Why bring this up? Because it confirms that the mint facility in 1995 had major issues with its hubbing and striking processes. This high rate of error in the penny production points to the general condition of the machinery, which led to many other types of errors across the board, including those valuable off-center and wrong planchet errors on the nickel. Beyond the spectacular errors, there is one non-error feature that dramatically increases the value of any 1995 nickel, particularly the proof strikes. Full steps, FS. What are full steps? On the reverse of the Jefferson Nickel, Monticello, there are steps leading up to the house. Due to striking pressures, these steps are often weak or incomplete on circulating coins. A coin with full steps means all 5 to 6 steps are sharply defined and clearly visible, even under slight magnification. Why are they valuable? They are a sign of an exceptionally strong strike, which is rare for the Jefferson Nickel series. The value: while a circulated 1995P or 1995D is worth 5 cents, an ultra-high grade, MS65 or better, 1995 nickel certified with full steps can jump in value, selling for $50 to over $200, depending on the exact grade and registry set demand. The proof S coins are even more valuable if they show an impeccable strike. The takeaway is simple: the 1995 Jefferson Nickel is not just pocket change. It's a coin from a year of significant minting problems, making it a great target for error collectors. So, get out your coin rolls and your magnifying glass, check for dramatic errors, look for the obvious off-center strikes and multiple impressions, inspect for full steps, use your loupe to check the steps on the back of Monticello. Don't confuse it with the cent. Remember, the nickel is the target for the big striking errors, but the penny holds the major double-die error. If you find what you think is a valuable error, you should always get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. What's the best mint error coin you've ever found? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more coin hunting secrets. Happy hunting, everyone!